Piers Morgan has zero love for Meghan Markle. He has made that quite clear. But apparently he took his Meghan obsession too far. And you know what? The Duchess has struck back.
Sure did. And that may be why he's out of a job now. But Piers is doubling down.
See what nonsense is in store for today.
I don't believe almost anything that comes out of her mouth. So if I have to fall on my sword for expressing an honestly held opinion about that diatribe of bilge in that interview, so be it.
A defiant Piers, unwavering in the anti-Meghan stance that led to his departure from Good Morning Britain.
Piers Morgan is not here this morning, but shows go on.
I don't like where this is going.
And so on we go.
But the big question, did Meghan take him down? Multiple reports have surfaced she was one of the 41,000 complaints lodged against his on-air rant Monday.
Were you having suicidal thoughts?
Yes. This was very, very clear.
I'm sorry, I don't believe a word she says, Meghan Markle.
What the fuck?
Well, there are so many people who are afraid to voice that they need help.
Meghan's team reportedly filed the complaint out of concern other people with suicidal thoughts could be shamed into the shadows. ITV asked Piers to apologize on air. He refused, then quit.
You think you went a bit too far? A lot of people are saying.
No. I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in the right to be allowed to have an opinion.
Sharon Osbourne is one of the few celebrities to have publicly voiced support for Morgan and has faced some heat for it.
Did I agree with what he said? No. Everybody goes, if...
Wow.
Everybody goes, if you support him, then you must be racist because he's racist. I'm not racist, neither is Piers racist.
While you're standing by your friend, it appears that you give safe haven to something that he has uttered.
I'm really mad.
That is racist.
I feel even like I'm about to be put in the electric chair because I have a friend who many people think is a racist, so that makes me a racist.
That's when the conversation this morning on The Talk escalated.
And I think we should stop this. Stop this. Don't try and cry, because if anyone should be crying, it should be me.
Right now, I'm talking to a woman who I believe is my friend. And I don't want anybody here to watch this and say that...
Wait a minute.
And so that we're attacking you for being racist.
I think it's too late. I think that seed's already sown.
Piers' wife, journalist Celia Walden, agreed with her husband's stance, saying Meghan deserves an Oscar for the interview. Meanwhile, many other stars have shown Piers no mercy.
What?
How? Hold on, bro.
Joe Biden, of course, is a historic president because he's the only person who can fall upstairs. But he's also continuously lying about any knowledge to do with his son, and that's getting worse by the day. Whistleblowers who are genuinely brave, not the ones who just anonymously kept dropping against Trump, most of which was garbage. And then he was out there saying, God save the Queen. Another wonderful fortnight for the free world.
God save the Queen, man.
I don't have anything for you on that. I have no clue what was going on there. Why did he say that? Why does he say enjoy your senior year? Why does he say things like this? They come out of nowhere. And I do think, you know, I used to go visit my Nana. My Nana lived on her own till she was 100. And when she turned 101, she had to go into the home, right, where she could get better medical care. And I heard things like that from some of her, you know, colleagues in the senior citizens home.
Fellow inmates.
Right. I'm just saying that's the only time I've heard such nonsense get blurted out with absolutely no connection to what's happening in the room. Of course, the problem is he's the leader of the free world.
Well, of course, the stress of the presidency, right? So we saw Barack Obama, fit bloke, go from sort of dark hair to grey hair in the space of his 8 years. This bloke starts as a corpse. What is the expectation of him at the end of 4, let alone 8?
I've got 2 words for you. Kamala Harris. That's what truly strikes fear in the hearts of most Americans. And they need to get real honest with themselves about the fact that that's the reality if this guy gets reelected. It may not be death. I'm not wishing this man an untimely death.
Of course not.
But he is pushing 86 by the end of that second term.
Yes, double cheeked up on a third.
And we already see the mental deterioration. So he could be, pushed right out of office thanks to his cabinet members if he becomes incapacitated any further mentally. More than likely, if he gets reelected, they won't do that. We've seen what they've done with John Fetterman, this senator in the state of Pennsylvania who can't put two sentences together either. They just keep pushing him into the voting box so he can vote the way they want. So maybe they'll do that with Joe Biden. I don't know. But at this point, it does look a little like elder abuse to make this guy run again. He won't have a debate, even though 80% of Democrats want him to debate his Democratic challengers. He won't do it. And I really think their whole plan is working right now, Paul, which is get Trump to be the nominee on the GOP side. That'll motivate the voters, and Biden won't really have to run or put himself out there and put words together.
100%. California, always at the front of stupid things, and they've decided now to pass a new law that's particularly insane against parents who want to take care of their kids.
This can't be allowed. This has to stop. It passed the House in the California State House, and now it's going to go to the Senate. And it would have to be signed by the governor, who has presidential aspirations. And if this guy signs this, he's done. This isn't like, oh, trans people should get care, right? They call it gender affirming care. This is the California lawmakers saying, if you don't affirm, quote, affirm your child's gender confusion, and they don't define what that means. It could mean you refuse to get his penis chopped off when he says, I'm a girl. You could be labeled a child abuser. You could be treated as a criminal, the same as a sexual abuser of children. And anyone who has a duty to report, like a third-party source, like a school or an advocacy organization, would be able to report you to the authorities as a child abuser. So the original bill was, let's just have whether they're affirming and offering gender-affirming care as a factor, a custody battle judge might be able to consider. But then this guy, Scott Wiener, who I believe has no children, added an amendment saying, let's take it one step further, where we could label them child abusers. We'll change the whole definition of abuse. And it got passed. These lawmakers actually passed it in the House in the state of California.